Another glorious day, springtime day in March, Jackson Hole, taking advantage of the nice weather. Looks like we got maybe today and a little bit tomorrow, and then some snow comes back in and kind of gets spotty next week, which is typical for March, spring, pre-spring here in the Tetons. So I think I'm gonna grab a fence to sit on. Yeah. Nice. So here's the south end of the hole. I live back that way. I'm riding the bike path down and doing some slight uphill speed repeats. And I want to talk about the difference between speed work and other types of intervals that we might be perceived as speed work. So like I said, today I did 6 1-minute, really fast, really hard, slightly uphill repeats to improve my general speed across the board. But my goal this year is to improve my climbing raw speed to then help my strength endurance or my speed endurance speed for a lot of more faster uphill climbing. Through the last 5 years, my goal has been to train my body to have day-to-day climbing legs, and more specifically just improve my strength endurance so I can put in more vertical time day-to-day throughout the summer. And I really accomplished that, but now I want to go back and really hone more speed to help with this strength that I've built. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. Throughout the week if you've watched some of the videos, I did a lot of sprints, getting my body used to more speed work at the track to come. And today, kind of the first foray into a little bit of uphill, really fast. It's warm. This is really my first chance to really open it up and run fast on dry terrain. So that's kind of what I'm springboarding into and what my spring starts to look like. So it's key to think about, if speed is your limiter, that we need to talk about what is true speed training. And for my athletes and my coaching philosophy, I'd like to see speed work as anything at about a minute and under as far as the time of the interval. So again, today I did 1 minute intervals at 375 to 400 watts. So I'm running by watts because of the slight uphill at the track, or other times I'll run more for speed when it's flatter and more true. I can gain a truer sense of speed, but I like using watts because I do so much uphill training for the uphill. So anyways, so I'm doing this early season to then apply it later on to improve my strength and my speed endurance. So again, what I want to talk about, it's nice to hear the river flowing. What I want to talk about is what that difference between speed work and other types of intervals. So again, like I mentioned, I consider speed work anything from a minute and under. Okay, so where you're running really fast for a short period of time with twice the rest. So today I did 1 minute repeats. My rest interval was a jog walk combination back down, equaling 2 minutes. So twice the amount of recovery versus the work interval. So that's key. So you recover. This is not necessarily a cardiovascular workout. This is more training the mind and the legs to get used to turning over much faster. So we want a lot of rest and recovery so each one can be really strong and really fast. Okay, so where I want to go with this though is I see a lot of times where a common mistake is that athletes are thinking they're doing speed work, and what they're doing is they're just trying to improve maybe their 10-minute tempo run, or their 20-minute tempo run, or they're doing 8-minute repeats, and they're trying to do that faster and faster, and they're viewing that as speed work, where in reality that is stamina work, and that is strength work, strength endurance. Okay, so cardiovascularly, physiologically, once we get over kind of that 1 minute threshold in time, it starts to become more endurance and strength. Okay, so again, if you find that strength is your limiter, go back and start doing repeats that are under a minute early season, and then improve that overall, what I call raw speed, and then begin to apply that to running more of your tempo or your longer stamina strength type of intervals. And the idea being you're faster for those, and then you're improving your speed endurance. Okay, so understand the difference. If you're doing speed work that's over that 1 minute threshold, that's more of a strength workout, more of an endurance workout. And you might not be accomplishing what you think you are as far as improving your speed. And you're just gonna plateau, and it's really hard, especially the longer the interval, it's really hard to improve speed substantially when you're doing a longer interval. Whereas under a minute, we can improve by seconds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but put that into an endurance situation, that's a lot of time to be had, okay? So try that early season while you're building your volume, and see how that works to improve your speed, and then apply it to speed and strength endurance later on as you get closer to your meat of your season or your races. Again, as we get closer to races, we want to become more and more specific with our training, okay? 1 minute interval is not very specific to running, for me, hours in the mountains or doing a race that has 5,000 feet of climbing, but it's going to improve my speed to then apply it to what's more specific as the snow melts and I'm able to do faster, longer runs uphill, okay? And one way to gauge your raw speed is to go to the track and time yourself at 300 meters, okay? And that's such a nice distance because it's a repeatable test. You can do that every few weeks to see where your improvement is. And that's just a black and white improvement that you can see that you're improving your speed and your raw speed, and then applying that to other runs like we've talked. So try that out. Again, really investigate within yourself, speed versus stamina, strength endurance. What really are you trying to accomplish, especially early season when all of us can get our legs used to running much faster, which applies to that endurance. So, all right, I'm headed home. Nice cool down. And I might even hit the track this afternoon for some 100s to continue to work on this and enjoy the sun. So have a great day, have a great run, and thanks as always. Thanks for all the comments. I gotta say, I really appreciate those who are just saying they're loving the videos, sitting out here on top of a fence post, speaking to yourself into a camera when people walk by. You always kind of wonder what people are thinking, and I just want to thank you. It means so much just to hear that people enjoy these. It gives me confidence. It gives me motivation to keep doing them. So thank you, and have an awesome run. See ya.